Top of the day to you. This is the JR Show. I am your host, JR Flores. You're listening to Kern Radio. Check us out online at kernradio.com. You can download the Kern Radio app to your smart device and listen to us anywhere you go this summer. Plus, you can also find us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and X. Just look up Kern Radio and also streaming live on YouTube. Head over there right now and you can subscribe, hit that notification bell, and watch us from the Kern Radio studios. They are powered by Adaptive Networks. For your IT needs, call them 661-241-0638. That's 661-241-0638. It's Adaptive Networks. And welcome to the JR Show. We have a great one for you lined up today. I promise we do. No guests, just me. Sorry, disappoint you, but no guests, but plenty of topics to discuss. SCOTUS's decisions have been made on a couple of rulings. We'll talk about some of them. The other day, I think it was yesterday, they released the ones on mail-in ballots that I'll get to. And then today, they dropped their decisions on who can compete in girls' sports and who is a citizen. We'll try to answer and tackle both of those questions in today's program. Also, what's going on at the pool at CSUB? Received a couple of emails from some concerned people that want some attention drawn to what could be seen as a possible conflict of interest and some competing swim clubs. I'll explain when we get to that. And then how much would you pay to spend 5 hours at Disneyland? Maybe 5 hours at California Adventure.
Loan, or are we just talking?
What's that?
Are you getting a loan or
No. How much would you pay to spend not a loan? Just
doing timed tickets?
Maybe.
Shut your mouth.
I'll explain, Chris. If it's for, we'll try. I was talking to Randy just down the hall right before the show came on because I told him, Disneyland has this new ticket. And he's like, what? I was like, yeah. And we were going back and forth about how it might be utilized. And I'll try to explain to you how much would you be willing. We're tackling a lot of questions on today's show, Chris. That's what it's all about. Who is a citizen? Who competes in girls' sports? And how much would you pay to spend 5 hours at Disney?
I don't like where this is headed for Disney. I don't like this. It's true. You can set up a ticket for 5 hours, but what's going to stop them from taking away every other ticket for the whole day? And now you have to pay for 24 hours at the park instead of just paying for a ticket.
Yes, all of that. I'll explain. I'll let you know how much it is, Chris, and whether or not it's a good idea or not. Plus, we'll also ask the question, how dumb is Bakersfield? According to a new survey that I really didn't need, or anybody I don't think here really need. I mean, I'm not trying to pick on anybody. I love you guys. I love everybody in this community, but apparently we're pretty bad. We're not the worst. We're not the worst. There's at least that going for us, right? We're not the worst on the list. There's about 6 cities here in California that have made the apparently dumbest list. The most uneducated. They didn't say dumbest. I'm sorry. Most uneducated cities in America. Just in time for the 4th of July. And of course, Bakersfield is on the list. I'll tell you where we landed on the list, who is more uneducated than we are. And if you guys want to chime in on any of those topics, any of those questions at any time, if you want to try to answer any of the tough questions that we are asking today, then you can do so by calling in 661-842-5376, 661-842-KERN. You can text, you can call, you can even jump in the chat on YouTube as well. I like to go in there on the breaks. And then like the gentleman, like the people that reached out to me about the pools, that you can always send me emails, jr@kernradio.com. And don't forget to keep listening to Kern Radio all day, because we're still celebrating. It is 4th of July week. I don't know if anybody else notices. I think it'll start to kick in tomorrow, Thursday, Chris? People will start to feel that 3-day weekend starting to hit.
I mean, I've been feeling it since Sunday, but it's just me.
Chris is in that.
I'm ready for my vacation.
Chris is in that era where I used to be in. I don't care.
Your boy needs to recharge the batteries in the worst way.
The battery's done, dude. Like you ever take it back to like an AutoZone and you have them check your battery and they tell you whether or not.
They tell you, there's no saving this.
Yeah, there's no saving this.
You throw water in those all you want. There ain't no saving this day battery.
Put it on that charger for 24 hours. They ain't no bringing this one back. Oh, goodness. I'll ask the other question because this was brought up too with this coming weekend and the 4th of July landing on Saturday and a lot of people having 3-day weekends. Would you rather have Friday off like we do here, or would you rather have Monday off like I've heard some people get? What would you rather have on a 3-day weekend, a Friday or a Monday? And remember, the holiday lands on a Saturday. So if the holiday landed on Sunday, then I could say definitely Monday. But with the holiday on Saturday, it makes it a little tricky. We'll try to answer that one as well. Again, you guys can chime in 661-842-5376. We learned more about we talked about it yesterday, and I almost called him gentleman, the dog owner who had his dogs out in a park where it turns out dogs aren't even allowed. I read in the story, dogs aren't even allowed at that park in California City, whether on the leash or off the leash. No dogs allowed in the park, period. There is a dog park not too far from there that is meant to let dogs go. So dogs are not even allowed in the park. I was also reading stories about how the apartment complex, I guess, that his girlfriend lives in, apparently, where he was staying, is terrified of the dogs because there's people that say, we'll come home and sit in our car and wait till the dogs go back inside because we don't want to get out of our car while his dogs are out there. And then we also learned yesterday how he retrieved his dogs out of the water while the 12-year-old was drowning, trying to escape from his dogs. Not once did he attempt to help the 12-year-old. And then the dogs bit the 12-year-old's 8-year-old sister, I think on the leg and on the arm and the ponytail. Never once tried to assist her or talk to the parents. And then skipped town. Well, he's been charged yesterday with second-degree murder, involuntary manslaughter, and allowing a dangerous animal to go at large, resulting in death and injury. He's in custody, but he refused to attend his arraignment yesterday. During court, they said, oh, he's coming back. He's due in court back today. I didn't look at what time, but sheriff's deputies were authorized by the judge yesterday to use, quote, reasonable force to bring Dobbins to court on Tuesday. This dude is I'm sorry, and I don't like to, I don't get into name calling and any of that. I really don't like it, but this dude's a punk. He might be 6'5", 200 and some pounds, but he left the 12-year-old drowning. 2, he left the 8-year-old bitten. Now you're not going to show. Now you're going to refuse to show up to court. You skip town, and now you're not trying. Nah. I'm sorry. We can go ahead, and I know everybody's due trial and justice. And
lock this dude up.
Yeah, but we can wrap this one up right now.
Lock him up.
Done. I don't think there's a single person in Cal City, much less Cal City, Bakersfield, or any Kern County community that would hear this story and say he's innocent. We can save everybody money right now and just throw him in jail. I would say forever. Yeah, I think forever would be an appropriate amount of time for this gentleman to stay in jail. It just this guy just doesn't want to show up. Doesn't want to take responsibility for his actions. But you know who did show up in court for that one? I'll give you one guess. It's a high-profile case. Yeah, you know where I'm going. Cynthia Zimmer herself, district attorney, was in court yesterday for this arraignment. Another person who failed to want to show up to court, Mr. Ray Mata Jr. That name doesn't strike a bell or ring a bell. He is the father. He is the sperm donor. He is the guy that is responsible for the death of Genesis Mata. If you don't know the story of Genesis Mata, you're probably not from Bakersfield. She was the poor girl that was tortured in a local hotel here by her father and her, I guess, technically stepmother, and left to die in a bathtub. Now they're both going through the court system. I know Mr. Mata has tried to go the path of Zach Scrivener with mental health diversion or pleading insanity or something, but he refused to come to court. So reasonable force was authorized to bring Mr. Mata to court this afternoon. He refused to leave his jail cell apparently Tuesday morning, and Judge Tiffany Organ Bowles gave the order for his removal and rescheduled the hearing for 1:30 this afternoon. So he's due in front of her in about 15 minutes. Both him and Griselia Bustamante, as I mentioned, technically stepmother, are charged with murder and other crimes and the death of young Genesis Mata. And they're both eligible for the death penalty. Not that in the state of California they'll ever see that. Miss Bustamante did show up for her court hearing on Tuesday morning. Apparently, he needed to be in court. Again, I mentioned how he tried to go the path of mental health diversion. He was found, or I guess insane. He tried to go I'm crazy. I got problems. He was found competent to stand trial. He didn't think it would happen. That's the lawyer saying he didn't think this case was going to proceed. That's why he's not coming to court. Well, guess what, Mr. Mata? Just like you and and what's his? I don't even care what this guy's name is out in California City. Both of you not only deserve are required to show up in court, but I think there's a special place especially you, Mr. Well, I know both of them. Mr. Mata tortured his own daughter, left her to die in a bathtub in a hotel room. And this other guy out of Cal City, who I don't care what his name is. I'm not even going to look it up because his name doesn't even matter to me. Left a 12-year-old to die in the middle of a lake. And neither of you can show up in court to because at that point, showing up to court isn't even taking responsibility for your actions. That's just showing up. And you can't even do that. Cowards is what they are. Cowards. Let's get to a break. We'll try to find some happier things to talk about. Trying to find some happy things to talk about, Chris. I don't see. Remember the young 1-year-old Emilio Gutierrez? He is the child that was left in the hot car in July, middle of summer in Bakersfield while his mom was in there getting, I don't know, lip fillers, Brazilian butt lift, whatever she was getting done. Left her 2 kids in the car. Remember, we were all like, what was baby daddy? Well, baby daddy was in jail at the time, and it turns out, well, he's back in jail again. That child had never had a chance. Never had a chance. We'll continue to ask the questions of what makes you a citizen, according to SCOTUS. If you were born in America, you are an American citizen, regardless of your parents' status. We'll also discuss who is allowed to compete in girls' sports. SCOTUS made that decision as well. I think it's pretty clear cut who should be allowed to participate in girls' sports, but that's just me. You guys might have a different answer to that question. We'll also ask the question, how dumb is Bakersfield, as we've landed on a new ranking? And how much would you pay for 5 hours of the happiest place on earth? Disneyland's got a new ticket. We'll tell you for what time you can get in and how much it'll cost you. All that coming up. It's the JR Show. It's Current Radio. We'll be back.
Current Radio, News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230, KERN. First Look with Scott Cox, morning 6 to 9 a.m.
On the Wednesday edition of the First Look program, it's always a good time. We get to talk medicine with our friend Dr. Vip Dev. John Cox from the Californian joins us to administer a very crooked news quiz. And we have the very latest in news and traffic and weather and obviously sports with Wimbledon going on. It's all happening 6 to 9 a.m. right here at News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230 KERN.
News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230 KERN.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Future you wants to have fun on the 4th, so get set in one stop at Target's 4th of July sale. Get 40% off women's dresses, skirts, and shorts. And for the kiddos, shorts are 20% off. What's a celebration without something tasty? Frozen treats are BOGO 25% off. Plus, you save 30% on soda 12-packs when you buy 3. Have fun all weekend long. Shop Target's 4th of July sale. And Saturday, restrictions apply.
Let's be honest, money can feel overwhelming. Markets change, life changes, and most people are left wondering, am I actually on track? That's where MoneyWise comes in. We help people simplify the complex, make smart financial decisions, and move forward with confidence, without the jargon, without the pressure. Retirement planning, big life transitions, or just getting organized and knowing where you stand. And now you can find us in a new home, the historic Woolworths building, right in downtown Bakersfield. MoneyWise, clear advice, local roots. Learn more at moneywiseguys.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA, SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through LPL Financial. LPL Financial and MoneyWise Wealth Management are independently owned and operated.
We all start as tiny seeds, needing care, love, and a little sunlight. Then boom, we sprout, stretch, and grow through the world of childhood and teen years. Before you know it, we're blooming, working, parenting, thriving. And yes, even golden petals can shine bright. Join Kern County Public Health and thrive like a poppy. Visit KernPublicHealth.com to learn more.
It's that man again, Ralph Bailey. You're listening to the JR Show on News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230 KERN. Keep it locked. TRBS coming up.
com. If you guys want to chime in at any time, feel free to do so. 661-842-5376, 661-842-KERN. Coming up, we'll discuss some decisions by SCOTUS today, who is allowed to play in girls' sports. What makes you an American citizen? We'll also ask the questions, what is going on out at the pool at Cal State? And how dumb is the city of Bakersfield? And also, how much would you pay for 5 hours at the happiest place on earth? We'll answer all those. Or if you guys want to help answer those questions, you can do so by chiming in. I was telling you before we went to the break, the father of 1-year-old Emilio Gutierrez, the child that was left in the hot car by his mother was it last summer?
Yeah, it was this last summer.
Was it June? Last June? Trying to remember.
No, it was about a year ago, I thought.
June 29th, 2025.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was a year ago.
A year ago yesterday.
That's crazy.
Well, that explains this a whole lot more. I didn't even tie that together when I was reading the story. The plot twist. Yeah, totally, dude, because now it does make sense. If you don't know the story of Maya Hernandez leaving her 2 kids, a 1-year-old Emilio Gutierrez and 2-year-old Mateo, in a car with snacks and YouTube, and she thought she left the car running, but the model of car that she had shuts off after an hour, and why you don't check on your kids if you're leaving them in the car why would you? I mean, there's a lot of just dumb things that happened that day. And and it all resulted in Emilio Gutierrez dying. Well, at the time of that, and she is now in jail. And I believe, I can't remember how long they gave her, but she's in jail. At the time of this incident, the father of the 2 children was in jail himself. Well, now he found himself in a standoff with the Porterville Police Department, because remember, they're not from Bakersfield. She's from Porterville. According to Porterville Police Chief, the suspect, 21-year-old Rosendo Gutierrez, was wanted on charges including burglary, domestic violence, child abuse, and intimidating a witness. According to the chief, Gutierrez returned to the apartment at Parkview Village Apartments on Thursday, June 25th, 2026, around 7 p.m. That's when his girlfriend called the cops. He went up in the attic, didn't want to come out. There goes the standoff. Well, he snuck into another apartment in which he hid in some water heater closet. They eventually found him and brought him out. He has a lengthy criminal history. He is in custody. He said at the time when he was finally let out of jail that he felt like he let the kids down, and they say that he's been battling with that issue ever since. And if the year anniversary of the death of his 1-year-old son is coming up, it would explain, it's not an excuse, but it would at least explain why my guy is starting to go a little crazy. We'll talk more on the other side. It's the JR Show. It's Current Radio. We'll be back.
News, I'm Bob Agnew in Washington. The Supreme Court has voted 5-4 to uphold birthright citizenship, a big setback for President Trump, who, on the first day of his second term, signed an executive order to end birthright citizenship. He was, in fact, at the Supreme Court for those oral arguments, heavily invested in the issue, the ruling, one of the most highly anticipated of the year. And it means, in effect, that babies born on American soil are automatically American citizens, regardless of the immigration status of their parents. Also today at the High Court, justices upheld state laws that barred transgender girls and women from playing on school athletic teams. And the justices ruling that states, namely in this case, Idaho and West Virginia, can block transgender athletes who are biological males from participating in girls' sports teams at both public schools and a university. On Wall Street, the Dow at the end of the day was up 136 points. This is SRN News.
Are you carrying more than $10,000 in credit card?
Headlines from the KERN newsroom.
A man accused of having the dogs that caused a 12-year-old boy to run and go into a pond in Central Park in Cal City, where he drowned, refused to come to court Monday, according to court documents. A judge told deputies to bring Kenneth Dobbins to the courtroom by force if necessary, reports KGET. Court documents also say he helped neither the boy nor the 8-year-old girl who had been attacked. You likely remember the case where 1-year-old Emilio Gutierrez died in a hot car and the mother went to prison for it. The father is now in hot water after getting into it with his girlfriend last Thursday and refusing to come out of the attic of their apartment, causing a standoff with police in Porterville, say those cops. 21-year-old Rosendo Gutierrez was finally arrested Friday on several felony charges. I'm Chris Davis in the KERN newsroom with news every half hour and when it breaks on News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230 KERN.
Kern Radio, News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230 KERN.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along. Which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. At ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter. The Ralph Bailey Show, weekdays at 3 p.m.
There's no telling what's going on inside the head of the president. First is this ridiculous MOU where the Iranians are making millions. Then we're going to turn over $300 billion more to them. And now he scuttles an affordable housing bill. It's almost as if he is trying, as we head into the midterms, to destroy the Republican Party.
The Ralph Bailey Show, News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230. KERN.
Hey folks, Scott Cox here, host of the First Look with Scott Cox program, heard right here on KERN 6 to 9 every morning. You're listening to the JR Show. Join me tomorrow morning, 6 to 9, right here on KERN.
Myself, my name is Humpty. It's pronounced with the Humpty. Yo, ladies, oh, how I like to funk thee. And all the rappers in the top 10, please allow me to pump thee. I'm stepping hard, y'all. And just like Humpty Dumpty, you're gonna tell when the stereo me. I like the rhyme. I like when I'm spunky. I like my oatmeal lumpy. I'm sick with this. Straight gangsta Mac. But sometimes I get ridiculous. I'll even buy your crackers and your licorice. Oh, yo, fat girl. Come here. You're jealous? Fat. And if the stuff is, I'm a freak. I like the girls with the brooms. I want to get busy in the bathroom. I'm crazy.
This is Carl's Jr. on Burger King. Welcome back. It's the JR Show. It's Kern Radio. Check us out online at kernradio.com. You can download the Kern Radio app to your smart device and take us on all of your summer vacations. Plus, you can find us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, X. Just look up Kern Radio, and streaming now live on YouTube. You can watch us from the Kern Radio studios. They're powered by Adaptive Networks. For your IT needs, call them 661-241-0638. That's 661-241-0638. It's Adaptive Networks. The number to call here is 661-842-5376, 661-842-KERN. Before we jump into the SCOTUS decisions and try to answer the questions of who deserves to play in girls' sports and what makes you an American citizen, has anybody jumped in yet, Christopher, on the text board, sir?
No, nothing yet.
All right. If you guys want to help answer those questions, we're also going to tackle how dumb is Bakersfield, because apparently we made the list there, and what is going on at the pool at Cal State, and also how much would you pay for 5 hours at Disneyland, which Chris is on the edge of his seat to find out. Did you already look it up, Chris?
I didn't, but
Okay.
I'm afraid to.
No, it's not that bad, dude. It's not that bad.
Just say it. If we start with a 5-hour ticket, and they're going to take away the regular ticket and say you have to buy 5 hours, 10 hours, or 15 hours, whatever the
Have to buy
time periods
increments
are
at
the
a
park.
time. It's funny. Well, we'll get into it, I guess, when we talk about the ticket.
Just buy a damn ticket.
Just buy it. But there's advantages in some kind of ways to it. I'll explain. There was SCOTUS made a ruling today on women's sports. They upheld state laws protecting women's sports from trans athletes, and you can imagine the controversy, I guess, so that it has sparked. I don't understand what's how come we can't just look at this and go, yeah, look, I'm not let's not even get into the argument of homosexuality and transgenderism and all of that. I'll accept that if you want to say you want to be a boy or girl, then you know what? I don't agree with you. But at some point, even Jesus was like, just, you know what I mean? Just shake the dust off your sandals and keep on walking, my guys. But we have to at least begin to look at this and say to pretend that there isn't a competitive edge, that a boy that's pretending to be a girl should even compete with the girls. I'm sorry. And I don't even know if I should be apologizing to the trans community at this point, but I'm sorry that's not the way that the world doesn't have to shift for you. It doesn't shift for me sometimes. It doesn't shift it just doesn't. And if you want to say you're a girl and dress that part and just know that doesn't make it so. It just doesn't. And when it comes to, I mean, if that's the case, let's say, then why even have boys and girls sports then, right? Why don't we just have the boys and girls? Why isn't all sports just co-ed? We just make it co-ed. That way everybody can compete. Boys, girls, trans, whatever. Everybody's allowed to play in the same sport. There's no more baseball, softball. It's just baseball. There's no girls basketball, boys basketball. It's just basketball. Why isn't the trans community saying that? Because they know that that's not fair. They know that boys have a competitive edge over girls. I'm sorry, girls. That's not me being sexist. And that's get me wrong. There's a lot of girls out there that are darn good athletes that have kicked the butt. Heck, I bet you if I went to BC, Cal State, right? I bet you I couldn't hit off of one of their pitchers, their softball pitchers. Chris, you think you could take a softball pitch?
Probably not now, no.
Not now.
No, it's not. It's been a long time.
I like that answer, Chris. I would have never been able to. Chris is like, nah, maybe 10 years ago.
Honestly, I'm being dead serious about that. 10 years ago, I probably could have chipped one off, but I'm not saying I'm going to take her yards.
Heck
But
no.
I get a single.
I'd be up there. I didn't like playing baseball anyways because I just didn't like the idea of somebody throwing a ball at me. You know what I mean?
Like, you throw a ball at my head, though, we're going to have words because that's exactly why.
She's going to brush you off the plate.
That softball gets anywhere near my head.
But you know what I'm saying? There are plenty of girl athletes that the average guy like myself, and I'm probably not even average, especially when it comes to athletically anymore, that could beat me. But when we're talking about kids, no. And so they know it's not fair. They know that boys have the competitive edge. And I'll even meet you halfway. How about this? I'll accept that you want to be trans if you accept that you were still born a boy. How's that? And if you admit that you were still born a boy, that means you have a competitive edge over girls and you cannot compete in girls' sports. I'm willing to compromise. But they don't even want to give up that. It's like, no, I'm a girl. What? Fine. Go be a girl, but you can't compete in girl sports. You probably shouldn't. I'm going to go ahead and say you don't want you in the girls' bathroom either. If we need to make unisex bathrooms, then I guess so be it. Just one man cells. Everybody just one man. There'll be a line for the bathroom. Only one person at a time. If you're going to ask me to change the rules, that's how I'm going to change the rules. I'm not going to change them to comply with your truth or what you believe is your truth. I mean, what's their argument for children that were born males? What's their argument for, even if I accept that you are now a trans and you want to do that for your life, that even if I accept and let you go that route, what's your argument for allowing you to compete in girls' sports? To make it fair? To make it fair for you? Well, alienating a whole team or a whole league of girls? I mean, we've even had to bend the rules here in California to make it go, you can compete in the, it's just crazy. You can compete in the girls' sports, right? And we've seen it. I can't even remember what's the one here that is always competing. I can't. There's a trans athlete here that's gotten a lot of attention this past year. She just went through, and I just called him a she. That's how willing I am to be of accepting. She has been competing, just went through, I think, states in this last month or so as school was ending. And now they changed the rule where, we're going to let them compete. But if they take first place, the person that the real girl that took first place will still get first place, and you guys will both stand on the podium together. Why don't you just have your own league? How about that? How about a bunch of trans athletes just start their own league? There'll be the boys competing against the boys, the girls competing against the girls. I almost said the girls competing against the boys because that's what's happening. The girls competing against the girls, and then we'll have, boys competing against boys again, I guess, if we're going to have a trans league. And when it comes down to it, a lot of the trans athletes, the boys that want to compete in the girls' sports, are terrible athletes. They wouldn't even place on the boys' side. I just need somebody to explain to me how making it fair for one person makes sense to make it unfair for a whole league of girls. And in Title IX and having to fight just to have girls' sports and be able to do the things that that they've come to be, and to just trample on that. Like literally, we're going to trample on the girls' sports because somebody else's rights, screw the girls' rights. Trans rights are more important than girls' rights to play in sports, apparently. And again, I'm all about you doing you and whatever that is, boo. As long as you ain't taking away somebody else's rights. And that's what this does. That's what advocating for these trans athletes does, is now you are taking away from somebody else's rights. And that's where the problem for me persists. Again, I'm not going to get into the gay argument or the trans argument. If you want to go down that road, that's fine. I'll go down there. But for me, that's not even a part of the discussion, whether or not little boys should be transitioning into girls at that age. Not even part of this discussion for me. The discussion for me is you thinking your rights have somehow supersede the rights of somebody else. And that's not the case. You can go have your own league if that's what you guys want to do. Just saying.
I've honestly said that in the past as well.
But it doesn't happen. It never happens. One, because there's not enough. There's not enough of them. We're always led to believe that somehow there's this like huge trans community that needs somehow rights to all of these things because there's so many of them. And it's not. That's not the case. Again, I can't even remember the one from California. What was it? It's right on the tip of my tongue too. Hernandez.
Hernandez.
Huh?
Just A.B. Hernandez.
A.B. Hernandez, right? So yeah, I had the Hernandez part. Yeah. A.B. Hernandez. It's the trans athlete from California who just went to the state meets and beat a bunch of girls. But then again, like I explained, to make it fair for the girls still, because we got to make it fair for everybody, was to make it fair for the trans athlete, and we got to let them compete and win and be first. But just to still keep it fair for the girls, we have to say, and how do they explain this? Had she not competed, you would be first. Wait, what? Well, if he wouldn't competed, wait, that's a boy? No, if she wouldn't have competed. Okay, so did I take first or not? Well, you have to stand on the podium with her. But if she is standing there, why didn't she take first? Well, she's technically not a girl. What? Make it make sense. That's all I want. Is somebody make it make sense. Let's get to a break. We'll try to answer the other question that we have been trying to tackle today. The Supreme Court has answered the question, but I want to know what you guys think. What makes you an American citizen? Is it the fact that you were born in America? Or is it the fact that your parents maybe are citizens and had you here? Or does it matter your parents' status, immigration status, at all? SCOTUS made their decisions. But again, I want to know what you guys think, not only on that, but on trans athletes. And how dumb do you think Bakersfield is? And how much would you pay for 5 hours of Disneyland? You can text, you can call 661-842-5376, 661-842-KERN. You can also jump in the chat on YouTube as well. It's the JR Show. It's Current Radio. We'll be right back.
Current Radio, News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230, KERN. Maxwell in the morning. Good till the last mic drop.
A educational conversation between J.D. Vance and Bill Maher. This is the opportunity. This is the door that's been opened. You got 13 members now of the Democrat Party that's saying, hey, we like capitalism. And this is the opportunity for other Democrats that agree with Bill Maher that let's take our party back and let's.
What up? Hello? Hello? Can you guys hear me? Was the sound there? Is the sound there now? What's up, JR? Chris, I'm healthcare. I'm working Friday and Saturday. Holidays don't count for us. Is the sound working? Did it go away? Now it's there. Now it's back. People born male are stronger than people born female. It is an unfair advantage if we allow male-born people play in women's sports. I agree, Mary. So will trans girls compete against other trans girls and trans boys compete against other trans boys? I don't know, Mary. I say just let them have it. It doesn't matter. I don't think it matters. That's the thing. If it doesn't matter, then it shouldn't. Then just you guys go have your own league. If you're a girl transitioning to boy, or if you're a boy transitioning to girl, you automatically just get to race against each other. Because I think, never mind. I think you're all confused anyway. So it really doesn't matter. Any given day. See, it sounds like I'm being mean, but any given day they can be any gender, I guess, if the gender is fluid. It's crazy. What's up, D-boy? How was Vegas, man? It looked amazing. I don't know what that chocolate thing that you were eating that they brought to your table, and then they poured some more chocolate on it that made that chocolate ball melt, and whatever was in the center of that. Damn. And then the other thing, what was it? The ice cream that they brought to your table, D-boy? What was that ice cream? My boy was sauteing something. He had the flame going. I think it was like some syrup sauce or something that he was doing in his little thing there. And then he had the scoop of ice cream that was like smoking, and then poured that whatever he was doing on top of it. And then they made it right by your table and then put it on your table. Yeah. That looked amazing. I was like, where are you and why am I not there? You know, my birthday is coming up too. Was that your birthday trip? What D-boy, when is your actual birthday? Mine is July 8th. Just throwing that out there. Speaking of birthdays, hold on, I'll be back.
Looking out for your business. After 8 decades and 3 generations of family ownership, our promise is still the same. We got you. Learn more at bailalarm.com.
It's that man again, Ralph Bailey. You're listening to the JR Show on News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230 KERN. Keep it locked. TRBS coming up at 3.
Welcome back. It's the JR Show. It's Current Radio. Check us out online, currentradio.com. Sorry, I'm out of breath. I ran down the hall. I wanted to go grab my Mike Tyson's Punch-Out game, Chris. For those of you on YouTube, you can see I have my original. That's the original Nintendo Mike Tyson's Punch-Out.
Question is, did you ever beat it?
I don't think I ever beat Mike.
Yeah.
I don't know if I ever. Hard to. Yeah, it's hard to beat him. You can. I think I've knocked him down, but I don't think I beat him because he gets up pissed. Then he hits you harder. It's not cool. I want to see a trans athlete fight Mike Tyson.
60?
At 60, yeah. Yeah, I'll take the one that was, what was it? The one that was it the Olympics or whatever that was there that everybody was Iranian or who was it? Where were they from? The boxer that everybody got controversial. Was it a girl? Was it a guy? It wasn't a guy. It was a girl. It wasn't a girl. It was a guy. She broke the other girl's nose. It wasn't a girl. It was a guy. She was born with more testosterone or chromosome or this or that or this, that. Is it a girl?
Well, she wasn't trans.
She was not trans.
No.
She was a she, but she had extra testosterone or something. I can't remember the story.
Khalid
There you
and
go.
Lin Yu Ting. I believe there are two of them, it looks like.
Yeah.
Both born biologically female and identify as women, but one was removed because she had a condition that gave her like more testosterone or something like that.
Yeah. Something like that. I want to see her fight Mike Tyson right now. How old is Mike? It's Mike Tyson's birthday, by the
60.
way.
He turned 60.
60 today?
Yeah, he turned 60.
Iron Mike, 60 years old today. And that's why it was funny. I brought my Nintendo in yesterday. I dropped it off yesterday evening. After I picked up my daughter from theater camp. I had this in the car and I was like, man, I need to drop this off. I've been meaning to take it out. I want to plug it in at my office. And it's only because I didn't KGET. I don't know if Mr. Jeffries is listening or not, or maybe Mr. Trihe. They set up a pretty cool break room or something they have up on maybe the second floor where they had a bunch of video games in there and stuff. It's like, wait a minute. I'm going to do that in my office. I'm just going to set up my old Nintendo. So I'm taking KGET idea and I'm going to set up my old Nintendo down in my office because I have a TV in there. And the old Nintendo will hook up to that. And so I brought it in, and it just so happens that Mike Tyson's Punch-Out was right there, and it's Mike Tyson's birthday. And then so when I was walking down the hall this way, I stopped and talked to Adam. If you guys don't know Adam, he's the kid that works in promotions. If you win the Salty's barbecue and Marie Callender's pie, you have to pick it up, and usually it's Adam that's in there. He's a young kid. And I said, Adam, do you know what this is? And I held up my Nintendo cartridge, and he looked at it like it was some foreign object. No idea. And then he wait, hold on, what? Punch-Out? Oh, I think I've heard of that.
I need to ask how old he is because I just realized there's a world where these kids don't even know what a Nintendo 64
Don't even know.
is.
No. Sega Genesis, never heard of it.
God, I grew up on the Genesis too.
Never heard of it.
Oh, that hurts so much.
That one hurts, huh?
I grew up on the Super Nintendo and a Genesis.
Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis. That's right. Madden 95 on Sega, baby.
Sonic all over the
Sonic
place.
the Hedgehog 2. Oh, that was the
Golden Axe.
best. Oh, my gosh. And then Game Boys.
Yep. Oh, yeah. I still have every one of my Game Boys.
The little Game Boy.
Most of them are destroyed because my stupidity. I left batteries in them, and obviously the batteries over time explode.
So you didn't get Nintendo then? You were just after that. You were just after Nintendo. You got Super Nintendo.
Actually, the Super Nintendo wasn't even mine. It was my uncle's.
Yeah, so you were already up to the second level of Nintendo. Yeah. I still had the OG, original Nintendo with the Power Glove. We used to have a Power Glove that I could never get to work.
There was no purpose to the Power Glove.
There was no purpose.
There was no purpose to it.
I could never figure it out. I could never figure it out. Never got it to work. I was like, I'm going to beat Mike Tyson with this Power Glove. Never got it to work. Oh, the good old days. The good old days. On the other side, we'll try to tackle some more questions if you guys want to chime in. 661-842-5376. Who's allowed to play in girls' sports? What makes you a citizen? What's going on at the pool at Cal State? How dumb is Bakersfield? And how much would you pay for 5 hours at Disneyland? All that coming up. It's the JR Show. It's Current Radio. We'll be right back.
Kern Radio, AM 1230, KERN, 96.1 FM, K241CI, Bakersfield, an American General Media station.
Town Hall on key theaters in Washington. Several Supreme Court decisions were released today. One involved transgender athletes.
The Supreme Court upholds the transgender sports ban in 2 states, Idaho and West Virginia. The justices ruling the states can block transgender athletes who are biological males from participating in girls' sports teams at both public schools and universities. Justice Kavanaugh writing the opinion for the 6-3 majority.
Correspondent Laura Winters reporting, and the justices also upheld a long-standing belief in birthright citizenship.
The justices, in a decision in a New Hampshire case Tuesday, relied on a long-settled understanding of the 14th Amendment, adopted after the Civil War, and more recent federal laws in ruling anyone born in the country is a citizen, with limited exceptions. The Republican president's restrictions had been blocked by several lower courts and had not taken effect. 3 conservative justices would have allowed the restrictions to take effect.
Correspondent Bernie Bennett. Temperatures for some of this week's knockout round games could prove dangerous for World Cup players and fans.
A threatening heat dome will engulf the central and eastern part of the country this week, with heat index temperatures, which combine air temperature with humidity, soaring into the triple digits in some places. Conditions will bring above average temperatures to World Cup host cities like Boston, Philadelphia, and Kansas City, Missouri, all of which have open-air stadiums. Bob Agnew reporting.
It's a hot one for millions of people in the Midwest and Great Lakes states. Intense heat and humidity are baking the region with no immediate relief. The National Weather Service says conditions are dangerous. The heat index is exceeding 100 degrees in some areas. On Wall Street, a good day as the Dow was up by 136 points. The Nasdaq rose 393. The S&P advanced 58. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Health insurance rates are surging in America, leaving millions without affordable options. If you're sick of having paychecks eaten up by healthcare costs or dealing with mega corporations, then listen to this. Christians don't need to waste money on a broken system. That's why I want to tell you about Christian Healthcare Ministries. It's an alternative to traditional health insurance at half the cost. With CHM, fellow believers contribute monthly to help pay each other's medical bills. There's no enrollment period, so you can join anytime. And you aren't restricted to provider networks, so you choose the doctors and hospitals you want. It's that simple. CHM is not insurance. It's a ministry that puts faith into action. Feel the difference of financial support and biblical care from fellow believers. Join CHM today by visiting chministries.org/wellness. That's chministries.org/wellness.
Ford is the latest automaker to issue.
From the KERN Newsroom, your live and local news update.
Getting Kenneth Dobbins to court. I'm Chris Davis. The judge has told deputies to do what they have to get the 68-year-old who is charged with second-degree murder and several other felonies in the drowning of a 12-year-old boy and a dog attack in Cal City to court. Deputies told the judge Monday that he refused to come. Court documents say he did not help the boy after he jumped into a pond to get away from Dobbins' dogs, nor did he help an 8-year-old girl who had been attacked by the dogs. What could get you into trouble with fireworks? It's using illegal fireworks, says the Kern County Fire Department, and they are partnered up with arson investigators to root out the people who are selling them and say that's been a lot of people so far this year. You are also being encouraged, as always, to act responsibly if you are celebrating with fireworks. 21-year-old Rosendo Gutierrez is under arrest in Porterville. He is the father of 1-year-old Emilio, the child who died in the hot car while the mother was inside the spa. Police say he got into some kind of a tiff with his girlfriend Thursday and ended up in her attic, holding police off until Friday when he was finally arrested. He now faces several felony charges. Cesar Chavez High School in Delano has a new name, but with the Delano Joint Union High School District Board acknowledging they had to keep the name Chavez for legal reasons because it's on the original purchase agreement. The name is being changed to Chavez Collegiate High School, and that change will be final before the start of the new school year. Something similar happened last week in Bakersfield, where Cesar Chavez Elementary was changed to Helen Chavez Elementary. California's average price for regular is $5.37 this afternoon, says Gas Buddy. The national average now at $3.79. I'm Chris Davis in the KERN Newsroom with news every half hour and when it breaks on News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230 KERN.
Mr. Flores, turn this up. Thank you very much.
I had 3 more seconds and I had the whole thing. I was supposed to have 3 minutes.
Sir, thank you. Thank you very much. Next speaker, please.
It's the JR Show. From Studio 99 at the American General Media Complex, here is your host, JR.
Welcome back. This is the second hour of the program. It's the JR Show. It's Kern Radio. Check us out online, kernradio.com. Download the Kern Radio app. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and X. Just look up Kern Radio, and also streaming on YouTube. Go over there right now. Subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell and watch us from the Kern Radio studios. They're powered by Adaptive Networks. For your IT needs, call them 661-241-0638. That's 661-241-0638. It's Adaptive Networks. And remember to keep listening to Kern Radio all day for your chance to win Salty's Barbecue and Marie Callender's Pie. That's right. We're helping you celebrate the 4th of July, the 250th birthday of America. Whenever you hear the national anthem being played during one of our shows on Kern Radio, I ain't telling you which one. I'm not going to say it's this one or that one or Ralph's or Terry's or Scott's or mine. I'm not going to tell you. You got to listen all day. And when you hear the national anthem, be the 4th caller, and then you will win some Salty's Barbecue and Marie Callender's Pie, all to help celebrate the 4th of July this weekend. And speaking of which, we will be off on Friday, so we won't be here. And if you want to come pick up stuff, that means you got to come and pick it up either today or tomorrow if you win something. Now, with this prize, somebody asked the other day, they said, do I have to use it on the 4th of July? No, you do not. Now, if you want to be nice to, maybe you're going out to somebody's house, maybe you're going with relatives or going to family members' house and you want to bring a pie over, then bring your Marie Callender's pie. Tell them, don't worry, I got the pie. I got this one. But if you want to be selfish and celebrate America's 250th birthday all by yourself and have that barbecue and pie all to yourself, then you can do that too. You don't have to pick it up this week, but you do have to pick it up in a certain amount of time just to be able to use it. So some barbecue and some pie, all for America's birthday. We got a phone call, sir? 661-842-5376, 661-842-KERN. Who you got?
Chad wanted to jump in on the video game talk.
Chad, you're on. What's up, Chad? You're on the JR Show. What's going on, buddy?
Hey, you guys are talking about cute stuff like Game Boy and stuff like that.
Right.
I've got the old 77 Mattel heads-up football.
77 Mattel heads-up football.
Yeah, the little handheld electrical game.
Oh my God! Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. See now, and Chris had a great question. He walked down the hall to young Adam, and I guess this is the way that you can determine somebody's age, at least if they were born in the 70s, 80s, is to say, what was the first video game console you owned?
Atari.
Me too. That's what I was about to say, Chad. I had the Atari with the Pong, and that was about it. And it was like, this is so great, and we loved it. We loved it.
Right? And then we got Pitfall. We got Frogger.
Frogger. Oh my gosh. Chris has no idea what we're talking about.
What are you talking about? I played Frogger.
Did you play Atari?
It kept going for a while.
Centipede
was the best. Oh my gosh. The kids don't understand. They have no idea. No idea.
No.
Not
a clue, man.
I told them I was gonna you know how kids these days they do the live video game streaming thing they do, whatever. I was gonna live stream from my office one day playing Nintendo.
That'll do it. Yeah, that'll be fun.
Just whatever. I don't know what the kids do these days, but I'm playing my Nintendo. I got my duck hunt. I'm going with the gun. I'm getting down, dude.
You get a lot of viewers on that.
Man.
Can't beat it, Chad. That was the great days. You from Bakersfield? Did you grow up here?
Oh yeah, sure did.
Nice. The other question then is, what high school did you go to?
Bakersfield High. Once a driller, always a thriller.
There you go, my friend. There you go. Right on, Chad. Thanks for listening, brother. You have a good 4th of July weekend.
You too, bro.
All right, man. Thanks. 661-842-5376, 661-842-KERN if you guys want to chime in as well. Anything on the text board before we jump into another topic?
No, there's nothing there.
Nothing there? You sure?
I will say, though,
What?
there's one old school video game that I
Yeah.
do go back to that
What?
nobody knows about.
Oh.
I don't know why it's
Try
right under the
me.
radar, but
Try
it's
me.
a PlayStation 1 game
Okay.
called Monster Rancher. Anytime I bring this up, no one ever knows what this game is. My uncle showed it to me when I was a kid with my cousin, and we were hooked ever since. But
never heard of it.
Outside of Pokemon, if there's one game I always find myself going back to from my childhood, it's that one.
And that's the other thing, right? Pokemon started as a video game, right?
Well, that's kind of the gray area I'm trying to figure out, because technically it started as an anime.
And then it
was-
became a video game,
It
and
was,
then
it was a
cards.
cartoon or a comic book that was turned into an anime that got turned into a video game. Because I remember the commercial for the video game, or at least the American commercial, coming out while I was watching the cartoon.
Huh. And then the cards hit, and now the cards are just
Well, the
ridiculous.
cards are stupid expensive, but
Like,
yeah,
they-
and that all came afterwards too.
They trade for hundreds of thousands of dollars, right?
Yeah, but from what I understand, they've peaked. Like they're not going to be going up any higher. It still doesn't matter. They're still getting thousands of dollars for a piece of cardboard.
Yeah.
But
I don't get it.
I don't either.
But hey, to each their own, Chris.
I know, but it does make me upset because I look at my mom all the time and say, "See, if you would have just held on to my Pokemon cards,
telling
that could have
you.
been my college fund right there.
I'm telling you.
Could have paid my whole college tuition with 2 cards."
I sometimes I go, man, all those baseball cards I had, I know I had something in there. I know I had something in
I
there.
have, so you know what sucks? The only ones that apparently I hold on to are the ones that aren't worth it. For Jack Diddley aren't worth a damn.
Like, oh, I like Art Monk. But yeah, that card is worth 0. This kid. 0. I think the most valuable card I possibly have is my autographed Bo Jackson.
I might get you a good amount.
That's probably
I could get you a good amount.
yeah. And it's funny because I was watching I finally got internet back at the house. I moved back in. So I decided to hook up internet. And thank you, Verizon, for taking care of me. You know, I walked it, dude. I was trying to order it online. They said it was going to take 2 days to deliver it to my house, but they gave me no option to do the in-store pickup. I'm like, why can't the Verizon is right here in between work and home, and that's 3 minutes away from each other. And there's a Verizon right here. Why can't I just go in? Never gave me the option to pick up in store. So I said, screw that. I walked into it yesterday. Now, granted, I was going to order this last Friday and it would have been delivered by Monday, but I walked in yesterday, walked out in 15 minutes with a Verizon home internet package and plugged it in and had internet within 10 minutes. Like, what the heck? Why couldn't I just walk in to begin with? It's crazy. And
COVID changed so much.
And it changes everything. So last night I was sitting there watching my favorite 30 for 30. You Don't Know Bo. It's the best 30 for 30. Bo Jackson, by far my favorite athlete. But that's probably the most expensive card I own. And I actually got it autographed from Bo Jackson himself. So I know it's real. I used to go to Raider games all the time with my dad when they were in LA, in Los Angeles. Not all the time, but we went to a handful. And the one thing back then in those days is after the game, we would be able to go back on the backside of the Coliseum into the players' parking lot. It was just open. There was no security. It wasn't drive in underneath the stadium and park where nobody can see you and you don't get bothered. No, I got a picture of my dad with Golick drinking a beer. Well, I can't say he was drinking. It was in the red Solo cup, so I don't know what the player had in his cup, but I can only imagine, right? And that was after the game. And pictures of my dad with Marcus Allen, Marcus Allen signing my dad's jersey, that we still have the jersey to this day. And then I remember one day my dad yelling, Bo just came out of that gate over there. He came out where the announcers come from. And I ran across the parking lot. And Bo was walking with one person. Excuse me, Bo. And I remember these exact words, Chris. What's up, little man? Can I have your autograph? Yeah, sure, kid. Signs it, hands it to me. Thanks, Bo. And I just ran back across the parking lot. I didn't even, that was it. That was my 5 seconds with Bo Jackson. And I ran back to my dad. Look, I got it. I got Bo Jackson's autograph. He's like, yeah, but you should have stayed there. I was going to come over and take a picture. And then, no. I just ran. The other autograph that I remember very vividly getting is Marcus Allen's. He was sitting, I believe, in his Mercedes. It was after the game, and he's sitting in his Mercedes, and he's got his windows cracked, just barely. And I'm standing by the window, and there's a crowd of people standing behind me, and we're all doing the same thing, wanting to either a picture or an autograph of Marcus. And I just like, hey, Marcus, will you sign my card? And I'm probably 12. So imagine a 12-year-old kid in the window of Marcus Allen. Hey, Marcus, will you sign my card? Will you sign my card? Nah, he's like, man, he's like, I'd love to, kid, but if I sign yours, I got to sign all of theirs. And I looked at him and I said this exact words to him. I said, that's exactly what I said to him, Chris. I said, this is what I said. I said this exact thing. I said, no, you don't, Marcus. You can sign mine and just roll the window up. And he starts laughing. He got the biggest smile and starts laughing. And as soon as I made him laugh, he was like, give me the card, kid. I was like, yes. And he signs it. I'm like, thanks, Marcus. And he rolls the window up and I bolt. Those are the two autographs. And I still have that card too.
That always makes me laugh when you get that celebrity. Says, see, if I do it for you, I got to do it for everybody.
Yeah.
I do the same thing. No, you don't.
No, you don't.
What are you talking about?
You, Marcus Allen, you ain't got to do anything. You can sign mine. I just told him, no, you don't, Marcus. You can sign mine and just roll the window up.
Do whatever you want.
He said, cool, I got you, kid.
It also makes me respect it because, like, I know there have been horror stories of these celebrities who get these people all the time.
Oh, yeah.
And it really does get annoying.
Oh, I bet it does. And he's right. You know what I mean? You sign for one, and then you start.
Yeah, then everybody just, hey, can I get this?
Can I get mine too? Can I get mine too? And then there's probably 10 other kids behind me asking the same thing.
Well, that's why, like, did you see that video of no, maybe it was Russell Crowe. I can't remember who it was, but he came out and like there's a horde of people that wanted him to sign stuff, and he was just like, look, I'll sign it for everybody who's here, every single one of you. But the minute one of you is a dick, I'm out.
I'm gone.
It's like everybody was
just got to be cool,
burning him on the internet for that, and I'm like, why? That's absolutely how it should be.
Just be cool.
Be cool, man.
Everybody will get their turn. Nobody's got to push and shove.
Be cool, honey bunny. Be cool.
Be cool, honey bunny. Be cool. Let's go ahead and get to a break. On the other side, we will try to tackle some of those daunting questions we've been trying to answer all day, like who deserves to play in women's sports. We will get to SCOTUS's decision on birthright citizenship. Plus, Bakersfield made the list of most uneducated cities in America. I'll tell you where we fall. We'll answer the question, how dumb is Bakersfield? We'll try to get to what is going on at the pool at Cal State. Plus, how much would you pay for 5 hours at Disneyland? And we got 2 calls, you guys. Hold on. I promise I'm going to get to you guys first when we come. Who's on the line, Chris?
Blake and Anthony.
Blake and Anthony, you guys hold tight, please. 2 minutes. As soon as we come back, I will get both of you on. Blake and Anthony, if you guys want to join in, you can too. 661-842-5376. It's the JR Show. It's Kern Radio. We'll be right back.
Kern Radio. News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230. KERN. The Ralph Bailey Show, weekdays at 3 p.m.
It's that man again. Look what's coming up on the Tuesday TRBS. Really important show. Teresa Golden is going to join us via the Rogers Brandon Global Telephone Network live from New York about the huge Supreme Court decisions on birthright citizenship and transgenderism. Plus Howard Marcus. All that, me at 3. It's TRBS. News Talk 96.1, AM 1230. I'll see you at 3.
The Ralph Bailey Show, News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230. KERN.
Attention, Medicare beneficiaries in Kern County. Are you looking for a doctor who truly listens? Someone who cares about your health and respects your time with minimal wait times and prompt referral authorizations? Well, it may be time to learn about QualCare IPA. QualCare IPA partners with most Medicare Advantage health plans, giving you access to a large, community-based network of outstanding physicians and quality hospitals right here in Kern County. Local doctors, trusted hospitals, personalized care. Medicare Advantage plans offer benefits beyond original Medicare, but understanding your options for 2026 can feel overwhelming. That's where we can help. Call 661-554-4544 today to learn more about your Medicare Advantage choices. Our knowledgeable team is ready to help you understand your coverage options and make confident decisions about your care. Again, that's 661-554-4544. Get the information you need and the coverage you deserve. For accommodations of persons with special needs at meetings, call 661-554-4544, TTY 711.
Patrick was way behind on his IRS taxes.
I was in way over my head, and the total amount ended up being somewhere just over $30,000. $30,000
Then the IRS came to collect.
Started getting letter after letter. A lien had been filed against me. They were going to basically hang me completely out to dry.
He had to do something.
That's when I reached out to Optima Tax Relief.
Patrick's life quickly got a lot easier.
It was very easy, pretty much hands off. They picked up the ball and ran with it.
And how'd it go?
I couldn't believe it. I had to ask 2 or 3 times. I saved an incredible amount of money.
How does Patrick feel about Optima?
Couldn't be happier. They definitely helped me. Optima Tax Relief, the best place to call. They're the best in the business.
Do what Patrick did and call Optima Tax Relief for a free consultation. Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
We all start as tiny seeds, needing care, love, and a little sunlight. Then, boom, we sprout, stretch, and grow through the world of childhood and teen years. Before you know it, we're blooming, working, parenting, thriving. And yes, even golden petals can shine bright. Join Kern County Public Health and thrive like a poppy. Visit KernPublicHealth.com to learn more.
It's that man again, Ralph Bailey. You're listening to the JR Show on News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230 KERN. Keep it locked. TRBS coming up at 3.
Long overdue, but now planning boys event. Please, BBD, the East Coast family. Never skip the beat.
And I ain't heard this in a long time.
And all the Philly states. I used to dream about this every day.
Welcome back. It's the JR Show. It's Kern Radio. Check us out online, KernRadio.com. Taking a trip through the 90s, apparently. As we just, it's summer, okay? You guys just chill out. We got phone calls, though. 661-842-5376. 661-842-KERN. Who was first? Blake, you're on the JR Show. How you doing, sir?
Hey, JR. Good to love your show, man.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Hey, you were talking about autographs and stuff like that. It struck a chord with me, man. I ran across some good autographs, but
yeah, who you got?
Well, I'm talking about Bruce Lee and that kind of stuff.
Wow.
And those stuff. I'm tied in with these guys pretty good, man. My best friend was best friends with these guys, man. Yeah.
That's cool.
With Bruce Lee and Chuck Norris, man. You know what I mean? His name's Mike Stone. Anyway, in fact, we're just finishing up a book that I'm doing, The Three Kings. He's the last man standing. And him and Chuck Norris used to ride horses together, ride motorcycles, get a race, and go to Hawaii with their wives. They got videotapes 6 years old nobody's ever seen, man.
Really?
Yeah, man. And anyway, my buddy, he was the baddest karate dude of all time. Took 6 months of instruction, went to the biggest tournament in the world, the Long Beach Invitational, beat everybody in the world, and never lost. And Chuck Norris, that was his buddy. Chuck had 10 losses. And that same day in '64 in Long Beach, a guy named Bruce Lee was doing an exhibition, 2-finger push-ups, 1-finger punch. They became good friends, and they tied up, and they're just great friends. And and then Chuck was on the U.S. national team with my buddy. But my buddy was the baddest dude in the world, but he was overlooked because he was more well known for when Priscilla Presley divorced Elvis Presley. She moved in with my best buddy for 5 years. And he had Lisa Marie and Priscilla were, they lived as a family next to Sam Davis Jr. in Beverly Hills. Yeah, it was pretty fun.
Wow. And that's your buddy. And so are you writing a book about him? Is that what it is?
Oh, yeah. We're doing a book on him and Chuck Norris and Bruce, the Three Kings, because they were the main guys. And then he's the last man standing because Chuck just died. In fact, my buddy, he got 17 black belts, 10th degrees in one night. And then Chuck sent a video over to him congratulating him. That was 2 years ago. And Chuck's mom, Chuck was 83, his mom said, "Mike Stone, you better come here and see me." And of course, they both died within the last year.
Oh, wow.
But, he's look up Mike Stone, you'll see. And Blake Chavez, I'm local. You know what I mean? I got a book with him that we did my time with Priscilla and Lisa Marie Presley. We did that book as well. And all the Bruce Lee stuff, all the Chuck Norris stuff, and we'll see what happens. But you're talking about autograph stuff. Bruce Lee autograph is valuable now. Chuck Norris will probably be as well.
I imagine it would be. Hey, Blake, reach out to me. Send me an email, just jr@kernradio.com, so we can get some contact info from you.
Oh yeah,
I'd love to. I'd love to check out the books and get you guys on, man.
Yeah, and I wrote the book on a bio on Jerry Quarry from Bakersfield.
Okay.
Irish Jerry Quarry. Hard luck to making a movie about it, right? And Joel Edgerson's going to star in it, man. So anyway, yeah, doing some good things. George Foreman wrote the forward. I'll send you an email, tell you what I'm up to. Maybe we'll chat one day.
Yeah, let's do that. I'd love to get you on sometime, Blake.
Okay, let's talk to you later, man.
Yeah, sweet. Thanks for listening. Appreciate it, man. 661-842-5376. 661-842-KERN. Anthony still on the line? Anthony, you're on the JR show. What's going on, buddy?
So mine started way back in the day. I was in grammar school with my parents, and we went to a Minnesota Twins and Angels game. I got Abbott's autograph, the one-handed pitcher. My brother was a Minnesota Twins fan. You do?
I remember Abbott. Yeah, I think I got to see him pitch once at a game.
I watched him pitch that night.
Yeah,
he was playing against Kirby Puckett.
He would put the glove on the stub of where his hand was. He would put it on the stub. He would pitch and then slide his hand back into it to catch it. The same hand that he pitched with.
Correct, sir.
Yeah, I remember Abbott. Wow.
I have that signed on a glove. I have Kirby Puckett's signature.
Kirby Puckett. Oh my gosh. He was one of my favorite ball players. Like I was saying, I told 49er Larry yesterday, I'm a Dodger fan as an adult now, and I've been a Dodger fan for a while now. But as a kid growing up, I just liked baseball players. Like, I would pick players and be like, that guy is good. I like that guy. Like, Ken Griffey Jr. was always my favorite player. Kirby Puckett was
Kevin Mitchell for the Giants. Kevin Mitchell, Will Davis, Will Smith. Those were my teams back in the day. But my best story is I went to, this is now I'm in college. We went to the Mercedes Open at Pacific Palisades, and it was pouring down rain. I'm wearing a raincoat that says Stockdale Country Club. John Daly is going into the clubhouse, and he's not signing anyone's signature, any signatures, nothing. I'm holding a cigarette and a beer, and
of course you are.
And all these kids are out there going, Mr. Daly, or they're calling him John, this and that. And I've got a towel. I'm drenched wet. I said, Mr. Daly, here's a beer, here's a cigarette. You want to sign my towel? He turns around, he takes my beer, he takes my cigarette, smokes both of it, and he goes, give me your towel. Signs it right there, walks in. All the fathers were so upset with me. And I go, thank you very much.
That's a great story.
And while I'm doing that, I'm walking around with Tiger Woods, Justin Rose, and they go, hey, come on the line. I'm like, okay. They thought I was Vince Gill. And I'm like, and they're like, Vince, what are you doing out here? And I said, my name's Anthony, and I'm from.
Oh, you blew it!
I'm not going to give the rest of the story because everyone's going to know this one. And he goes, "Come on out under the line." So I walked around a few holes with Tiger and Justin Rose.
Shut up!
And they signed it. No, it was amazing, and no one could believe it. I was on TV and everything. And I came back with all this swag and everything. They're like, and I gave my cell number. They gave me their cell numbers, and I was like, "Oh yeah, we can do this again sometime." He goes, "What tournament do you go to?" I'm like, "Oh, I might be at so and so next month." But, yeah, I didn't show up either. They never knew that I wasn't Vince Gill.
That's funny. That's a great story, Anthony. That's a great story. Thanks for sharing that, brother. Appreciate it, man. We'll talk to you later. I love it. Hey, if you guys got autograph stories, feel free to share them as well. 661-842-5376. 661-842-KERN. That's the number to do so. It's the JR Show. It's Current Radio. We'll be right back.
With SRN News, I'm Keith Peters in Washington. The Supreme Court has upheld a broad conception of birthright citizenship, rejecting President Trump's executive order declaring that children born to people in the United States illegally or temporarily are not American citizens. The justices in their decision in a New Hampshire case Tuesday relied on a long-settled understanding of the 14th Amendment. The Supreme Court is upholding state laws barring transgender athletes from playing on girls' school athletic teams. The court's conservative majority ruled Tuesday that state bans in Idaho and West Virginia don't violate the Constitution or the federal law known as Title IX, which prohibits sex discrimination in education. On Wall Street, the Dow by 136 points. More details at srnnews.com.
With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, you can choose
Headlines from the KERN Newsroom.
I'm Chris Davis. 68-year-old Kenneth Dobbins has been ordered to court today, even if he has to be brought by force. KGET reports that he refused to go to court Monday. He is charged with second-degree murder in the drowning of a 12-year-old boy in Cal City who was trying to get away from Dobbins' dogs. Dobbins also faces several other felony charges. Cesar Chavez High School in Delano has a new name, but with the Delano Joint Union High School District Board acknowledging they had to keep the name Chavez for legal reasons because it's on the original purchase agreement. The name is being changed to Chavez Collegiate High School, and that change will be final before the start of the new school year. Something similar happened last week in Bakersfield, where Cesar Chavez Elementary was changed to Helen Chavez Elementary. I'm Chris Davis in the KERN Newsroom with news every half hour and when it breaks on News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230. KERN.
Kern Radio, News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230. KERN.
Looking to refresh your home or business with a clean, professional new look? Trust the experienced team at Howling Painting. Family owned and operated in Kern County since 1978, Howling Painting has built a reputation for quality workmanship, dependable service, and attention to detail. From residential to commercial projects, interior or exterior painting, their team is committed to delivering beautiful results at competitive prices. Named Best of Bakersfield's Best Painting Company in both 2025 and 2026, Howling Painting takes pride in making sure every customer is completely satisfied before the job is done. And with a fully licensed and insured team, you can feel confident knowing your property is in trusted hands. Call Howling Painting today at 872-0988 at 872-0988 or visit howlingpainting.com to schedule your free, no obligation consultation. Howling Painting. Quality you can see, service you can trust.
Maxwell in the morning. Good till the last mic drop.
If you've got kids right now, what happens every summer? Well, there's no summer jobs available. And so you end up having to spend a lot of money putting your kids into something that is going to keep them active. You can't do what we did when I was growing up. It just doesn't happen anymore. And that's been the death of summer jobs and really changed society in a very negative way.
Weekdays 9 to noon, News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230, KERN.
Hey folks, Scott Cox here, host of the First Look with Scott Cox program, heard right here on KERN 6 to 9 every morning. You're listening to the JR Show. Join me tomorrow morning, 6 to 9, right here.
Social media, Kern Radio, YouTube, Kern Radio, Kern Radio Studios. Those are powered by Adaptive Networks. 661, I almost gave out our phone number, 842-5376. 661-241. Oh, I can't, I just lost it. I didn't do the proper 0638. I didn't do the proper intro. So
I'm sorry, I'm eating trail mix.
I didn't have the script. If I go off script, I didn't remember the numbers. 661-241-0638. That's Adaptive Networks.
You just go across the street right here. You'll find them.
Yeah, we'll go across the street right there and go and look for them. 661-842-5376. That's the number to chime in here. Is there anything else on the no other calls, right? We're clear from calls, but do we
calls were good and texts were good.
Texts and calls, we are both good. I was just listening, Chris and I were just listening to the news here at the bottom of the hour, and they were talking about Cesar Chavez High School in Delano finally got renamed, and apparently they had to leave the name Chavez in the name of the school because the purchasing rights or something was in there or something like that when something that they had to keep Chavez in the name. And that's why they kept it CCHS. No, not Cesar Chavez. Chavez Collegiate. Because that helps take away from having to explain exactly why your school is still called Chavez, who Cesar Chavez was, and all the controversy that now surrounds it. Yes, that makes sense. Just like when the BCSD board decided that they weren't going to listen to any input from the community, despite what they've said on social media. We listened. Those names were in there. Yeah, one person said that name. But they decided they're smarter than all of us and decided to go with, what is it, Helen Chavez Elementary, which also doesn't make you have to explain because we all know who Helen Chavez is, right? Right? Everybody knows who Nobody knows who Helen Chavez is. Let me explain who Helen Chavez. She is the wife of Cesar Chavez. Oh, you mean the guy that did that. So it doesn't take away from still having to call it Chavez. Yes, exactly. And so that's just why the city of Bakersfield ends up on that's exactly how we end up on the dumbest cities in America's list. Because we do stuff like that does not make any sense at all. None at all. Yes, we are on the list of most uneducated cities in America. But we're not the only ones here in California. No. Salinas also made the list. Stockton, also on the list. Our friends in Fresno, also on the list.
Tell me they're higher on the list than we are, though.
Right? As long as we're higher than
Fresno.
As long as we're smarter than Fresno.
No, Visalia is up there too, but
Visalia is number one, Chris. Yeah. Visalia is the dumbest city in America.
Just wild. It's wild. It's a beautiful city, kind of.
Kind of. It's known as the gateway to the Sequoias.
Yeah, that it is.
That's the only thing it's leading to, though, because it doesn't lead to anything else. No. Apparently, they are the least educated city in the U.S., according to a report by Wallet Hub. Again, there's 5 other California cities: Salinas, Fresno, Stockton, Modesto. Is that where we're going on the high-speed rail, or is that Merced?
I think it's Merced.
Merced? Mendocino. I know it's one of those M cities. But Modesto also on the list. And yes, good old Bakersfield also on the list. Visalia is ranked the lowest at 150, followed by, Chris, I'm sorry to tell you, we didn't beat Fresno.
Dang it.
We didn't beat Fresno. Stockton's number 143. It's the lower the number, the worse you are, right? Yep. So 143, Stockton out of 150. Fresno's number 144. Salinas is Fresno's 144. Salinas is at 145. Modesto's at 146, and good old Bakersfield 147.
Wait, well, that means we're better.
No, we're worse because Visalia is 150, so it goes.
Bigger.
They ranked them from the smartest being at number 1.
I thought this was going backwards.
No. It's going the other way, meaning they ranked the smartest at being number 1, and the least educated being at 150. So apparently, there's only. Hold on, let me do the math because I'm from Bakersfield. So if there's 147. If we're 147 and there's 150,
2-3 more cities dumber than we are.
See, 3, yeah, 3, 148, 149, 150. One of those is Visalia.
Damn.
I don't know who the other 2 are. They're not in California, apparently. I would guess in the South, but that's just just me.
I know someone very brilliant and beautiful from Visalia. She's not listening right now, but
she's not listening right now. I don't think I know anybody from Visalia. But yeah, apparently the analysis compared 150 of the most populated cities in the U.S. across various metrics, including the number of adults aged 25 and older with at least a bachelor's degree, quality of the public school system, ouch, and the size of the gender education gap. Bakersfield and Visalia are among the bottom 5 cities with the lowest percentage of residents with high school diplomas. Shout out to my girl Liz, she just got hers. And adults with college experience. The 2 cities have the least percentage of people who hold a bachelor's degree. In contrast, San Jose metro area was ranked as the 3rd most educated in the country. San Jose boasts a population where over 50% of residents aged 25 and older hold a bachelor's degree. Additionally, the region maintains a 3rd place ranking for the quality of its universities among metropolitan areas. So apparently we are just dumb. And that's, I don't know. That's not a shot. I think we talked about this the other day when we were talking about public education and students and teachers and how much teachers have taken on over just the last decade, even 2 decades of not just being an educator in the classroom, but having to deal with so many other issues that kids now bring into the classroom that didn't have that problem before. And so I don't place this ranking anywhere on teachers. I think I know a lot of teachers. I know a lot of teachers that listen to the show that are brilliant, bright educators. I'll take it back to, remember what I said, parent engagement, parent involvement every single time. And that's not even going to guarantee you like a great, smart kid, because do you think there's some kids that are just born smart? Well, obviously, yeah. There's kids that are born smart.
There are different intelligence levels. 100%.
And that's not, and I say that almost trying not to be mean to other kids, and that's, I think, what's got us in the problem in the first place. No, there are just some kids that they're just not as smart as other kids.
Right, but there's also some kids that are way more athletic than other kids.
Right.
We all have our own gifts. It's okay.
Yeah, and so I don't know, but parent engagement, I think, is a big boost in education and helping your kid get along.
Trust me, as a person who has a family of nothing but teachers, it's not the teachers that are the problem. It's really not.
And that's not to say there's not bad teachers. There's bad teachers.
Oh,
but
yeah.
There's more bad kids than teachers.
Exactly. That's the point I was going to make. Is it's how disruptive these kids can be in the classroom, and how open they are to actually learning. And if you don't teach them at a young age how important it is to learn something every day, they're not going to care to go into the classroom every day and listen to the teacher who's trying to teach them something they're going to need for the future.
Yeah, they're just not. 661-842-5376. We have phone calls, sir?
Yes.
Who you got?
Mike is first.
Mike, you're on the line. It's the JR Show. What's on your mind, sir?
Hey, so, and you brought this up. The one metric in there that's just stupid is a college degree. Because, and I can attest to this, I have 2 bachelor's degrees and a master's degree, and they were a big waste of money. They are. Most 4-year degrees are a big waste of time. But you also bring in the people in a community are going to get a job in their community that pays enough for them to survive within that community.
Yeah.
And this community is built around oil and ag.
Workers.
And there's a blue collar workers, and there's a bunch of guys out there who they graduate from high school and get a job in the oil field, making a very, very livable wage.
Oh, a decent wage, a very decent wage.
A great wage.
Yeah.
And I mean, some of the people I know that make some of the most money in this town have worked in oil since they were 18 years old.
And some of them, and a lot of them, some of the most prominent guys don't have those degrees. They just worked.
No, 100%. A guy I know here in town who has some of the most money I know, at 18 years old, went up to Alaska and did king crab, the deadliest catch stuff for 3 or 4 years and made a ton of money. And he moved back here and got into oil, and he's loaded. And he has no college experience, barely got out of high school, barely passed out of high school. but he worked his butt off, and he worked his butt off in blue collar jobs.
And he's still smart. He's learned so much just with the experience that he has that they don't take into account. You know what I mean? They don't take into account those years of experience. They're just going, "Oh, do you have a degree? No, you don't have a degree, so then you must not be educated."
There's a great scene from The Big Bang Theory where the four or five geniuses are driving south on the 405 and their car breaks down, and somebody in the car says, "Do you know anything about the internal combustion engine?" And all the guys start talking about the science of the internal combustion engine. And then one of the guys says, "Does anybody know how to fix an internal combustion engine?" And they all go, "Well, no, absolutely not." But meanwhile, the guy without the college degree, is the guy they're taking their car to fix their internal combustion engine.
Who can tell you all about that engine, how it works, and how to take it apart and put the whole thing back together.
Yeah, they might know the science of it because they read a book.
Yeah,
but they can't actually fix.
Yeah, and a lot of the time, the book work doesn't apply to real world. It just doesn't.
Absolutely not. No. I mean, I can tell you, the field that I am in technology, I graduated with a 4-year degree, and I got a master's degree in it, and I use very little to none of that on a daily basis.
Oh, Mike, but you're doing well, aren't you?
Just like everybody else, whether you graduated from college or high school, I'm surviving.
We're surviving. We're making it get by out there. Hey, thanks for calling in, Mike. Appreciate it.
Have a good one.
You too. Happy 4th of July, 661-842-5376. Who else you got? Let's get one more.
49er Larry.
49er Larry, I mentioned your name. What's going on?
I got 3 points to make.
Okay.
The first one is make sure Rob Berry knows I sent my $50 to Honor Flight.
Got it.
$50. Attaboy, Larry. That's double.
Thank you for that contribution, 49er Larry.
And the other thing is, follow all those teachers listening to you on the radio at 1 to 3 when they're supposed to be teaching.
It's summer. It's summer for Larry. It's summer.
And then one more thing. You know what Bakersfield is the best at?
Uh-oh. What's that, Larry?
Letting people get away with DUI.
Well, you got a point there, 49er Larry. You do got a point there. That's 3 good ones, Larry. Thanks. I appreciate you. I'll let them know that the check is in the mail. Always love 49er Larry. All right, who else you got? One more before we get to the break. That's it? If you guys want to chime in, there's still time to do so. We're going to take a quick break, but you can still call in 661-842-5376, 661-842-KERN. Call or text. We'll get to those after the break, and we'll also find out what we learned, because apparently some of y'all ain't learning anything out there, as Bakersfield is the least educated city. How did we even, well, I guess it's only the 150. I was going to say, how did we lose to some of these outlying communities? But I guess they didn't make it to unless they counted oil. That's what it is. They counted Oildale as Bakersfield. I just figured it out. No offense, but that's what it is. That's what happened.
Yeah.
That's what happened, Chris. They counted Oildale as Bakersfield.
Yeah. That's happened quite a bit.
They better not have thrown in Taft with us either, because that would have really brought I'm kidding. I'm just joking. I love the communities of Oildale and Taft. I do. Oh, we're going to get in trouble for that one. 661-842-KER. Chris is like, you got a mouse in your pocket? What do you mean we?
Yeah, who are you talking about there, Remy?
My name is Steven. We'll get to a break. It is the JR Show. It's Kern Radio. We'll be back.
Kern Radio. News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230 KERN. First Look with Scott Cox, morning 6 to 9 a.m.
On the Wednesday edition of the First Look program, it's always a good time. We get to talk medicine with our friend Dr. Vip Dev. John Cox from the Californian joins us to administer a very crooked news quiz. And we have the very latest in news and traffic and weather and obviously sports with Wimbledon going on. It's all happening 6 to 9 a.m. right here at News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230 KERN.
News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230 KERN.
It's Tuesday, and that means 2 more days to get to the Stockyard. What's the Stockyard? Well, it's the little speakeasy whiskey bar right next door to KC's Steakhouse. 2525 F Street, open Thursday, Fridays, and Saturdays, 6 p.m. to close. Go up, ring the doorbell,
They're going to ask you, what's the password? Tell them, why not JR? Walk inside, be transported to the Prohibition era. We're talking about bookcases with secret passageways. Not only that, you can get some of the great food from Casey's Steakhouse. Say you want some steak bites. Say you want a shrimp cocktail. All that's available, plus specialty cocktails. Get the whiskey sour, one of my favorites. Haley at the bar will take care of you. Not to mention, they have a banquet room attached to the place. You want to throw a party, maybe a bridal shower, any occasion, they got you covered. It's the Stockyard, 2525 F Street, open Thursday, Fridays, and Saturdays. Live music on the weekends. Come in and check it out. I'll be there. Tell the password, why not JR? It's the Stockyard.
You've got to try the new TikTok diet.
Just ask chat.
I just take blue-green algae.
You just have to eat kale. Kale, kale, kale.
I read you should put butter in your coffee.
Or you could trust your gut. When it comes to your energy, digestion, and overall health, how do you know what's actually right for you? That's where Viome comes in. Viome is a simple, at-home gut health test that looks at your body's real-time biology using RNA to show what's going on inside you right now. Not trends, not guesses, your biology. With your results, Viome gives you clear, personalized, actionable guidance. Which foods help you, which ones don't, and which supplements your body actually can benefit from. All based on the world's largest gut health databases and thousands of clinical research studies. Many people who use Viome report better digestion, more energy, and an improved mood within months. So stop guessing. Start knowing.
And maybe still eat the kale?
Maybe. Learn more at viome.com/know. V as in Victor, IOME.com/KNOW. And use coupon code VIOME50 to save $50 off your purchase.
And eat everything blue.
No, thank you.
In 2026, Bay Alarm celebrates 80 years of security. For the Central Valley, that means local service including burglar and fire alarm systems, 24/7 in-house monitoring, and custom security designed to work with business operations. Bay Alarm has real people rooted in your community looking out for your business. After 8 decades and 3 generations of family ownership, our promise is still the same. We got you. Learn more at bayalarm.com.
It's that man again, Ralph Bailey. You're listening to the JR Show on News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230 KERN. Keep it locked. TRBS coming up at 3.
Welcome back. It's the JR Show. Kern Radio. Check us out online, kernradio.com. So we got another phone call. Who you got, Chris?
One last one. Sergio's on the line.
Sergio, what's going on, buddy?
What's going on, JR?
Not much. What's on your mind, man?
Not much, man. I caught the tail end of your broadcast there. You guys talking about Bakersfield being the least educated or amongst the least educated?
That's what a survey from Wallet Hub came out with, that we are at least the 147th, I believe it was, on the list of educated cities out of 150, Visalia being actually the lowest. But yeah, we're down there. That's what they say. And they've got all kinds of different metrics with, if you're 25 and older, what percentage of people have bachelor's degrees? That's the way they measure. You know what I mean?
So I wanted to chime in on that because I was at a professional development this morning and they brought that up.
Really?
At our meeting, they brought up that Bakersfield is one of the least educated, but also one of the the most illiterate. So it's very interesting, some of the factors that they take into that survey. I don't know if you mentioned it, but they talk about the lack of bookstores in certain areas. And something else that kind of caught my attention was that, Bakersfield particularly, most of the adults read at probably a 6th grade reading level, which is, however you feel about that.
That's sad, yeah.
Yeah, so, the metrics that they use for that are accurate. I love my town, I love my city, but you can't find a bookstore unless you're willing to drive across town, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like Barnes & Noble and maybe Russo's.
Yeah, maybe.
I think those are the only two I know, really. You know what I mean?
Yes, unless you're ordering from Amazon or working for Amazon. But
yeah,
I just wanted to tell you, man, you're doing great work, and I appreciate what you do for this community.
Well, thank you, sir. I appreciate you listening. Appreciate what you do too, brother.
Do I have a couple seconds to give you an autograph story that Chris might appreciate?
Yeah. Tell it, man. Tell it.
I was 8 years old in the Fresno airport with my dad. This was 1995.
Okay.
And we see I'd say he's about 5'8", but to me, he was a giant. And he had mirrored sequins on his bag. And my dad goes, "Mijo, that's Shawn Michaels." And I said, "No way."
The Heartbreak Kid.
Yeah, I went up to Shawn Michaels. He had a big old wad of chewing bubble gum in his mouth.
He always did.
My dad was like, "Hey, my son, my little Mijo here, he's a big fan." And he looked at me and he goes, "Can my son have an autograph?" And Shawn Michaels thought about it for a second, and went, "Okay." And he signed one of my dad's business cards. I have it. I still have it.
That's awesome, dude. That is so cool. You should have said, "Can I get some Sweet Chin music too?"
No, he probably would have gave it to me too.
That's awesome. And he was all by himself, huh?
Yeah, he was just walking into Fresno Airport by himself, and it's like, man, he was a giant. I mean, he's 5'8", but it's like, man, he was a giant to me.
Yeah, especially at what did you say? You were 8?
Yeah, I was 8.
That's awesome, dude. That's a cool story. I love it, man. That's
no worries.
That's
Brother.
pretty
Well,
cool.
I'll let you get back to it, man. I just wanted to say thanks a lot for all you do, man.
Yeah, we'll chat later, bro. Appreciate it.
Yeah, later.
All right, 661-842-5376. If you guys want to chime in, we still got a couple of minutes. Do you want to know how much it's going to cost you, Chris, to get into Disneyland for 5 hours?
Might as well.
If you
Not $50, I don't care.
Well, no, it's making summer nights the happiest place on earth a little easier on your wallet there, Chris. For a limited time offer, you can visit the happiest place on earth from July 12th to August 5th. You can get a ticket. Now, it's only good from Sunday through Wednesday night.
Naturally.
Okay. And you have to still make a reservation.
Of course.
It's good for ages 3 and up. It gets you into one park for the evening. You can choose Disneyland. We'll let you in the park at 7 o'clock in the evening. Typically, during the summer, these times, Disneyland closes at midnight. So that's 5 hours. And California Adventure, if you choose that one, you can go in at 5 o'clock. They usually close at 10 o'clock, so that's 5 hours.
Right.
5 hours in the park, $59. See, Chris is thinking about it. He's thinking about it.
Okay.
He at first he was like, nope, there's
I
no
still
way.
don't like where this is headed for Disney. I don't like this at all. But
It's not a bad deal.
as a single dude,
5 hours of Disney
that's a
is
good
not bad.
date.
Well, not only that, but as I was discussing with Randy down the hall, one of my dad buddies down there, we were talking about, that's good for maybe people that live in the area,
Mhm.
those people that are close that can go in for a couple of hours if they so choose. But it's
But those type
also
of people that argue have passes, more
right.
than likely.
Yeah, but the other people we said I said, now what about this, Randy? Let's say I have I'm planning on going to Disneyland in a couple weeks here on a Thursday. Let's say I want to go in Wednesday night for a couple of hours. So I go in Wednesday night for a couple of hours, and then I still have all day Thursday to knock the
Yeah,
rest
you don't
of
have
it
to pay
out.
for a whole price ticket. True.
Just saying. And he was like,
that's fair.
you know what? That's not a bad idea. And I said, yeah. These Disney guys, I think they know what they're doing.
I don't like how this is going to change the ticket pricing because again, one day we're gonna get now you have to buy 10 hours at Disneyland or 12 hours at Disneyland or whatever, and it's gonna be stupid. But
yeah, it is.
I am open to the
You're
idea,
thinking about
especially
it.
now I'm thinking about it too. If you go at 7 o'clock, you skipped all the hot
part of the day.
Crap.
Most of the crowd is gone after the fireworks. And
Yeah.
at 9:30, the place clears out. You can get on all rides for 10, 15-minute waits.
Yeah, and again, it's a great date idea too if you're just looking to take a girl to Disneyland.
Yeah, you can go hang out. You can go do some stuff downtown Disney during the day. Take her to lunch down there, and then boom.
Yeah, no, you turn me around on this. I might have to use this.
Just like that. Disney's got him.
Disney's always had me.
I want to thank you guys for listening. Thanks for chiming in, all of you too. Stick around. Up next is the Ralph Bailey Show. This has been the JR Show. Lily, Dad loves you.
Current Radio, AM 1230, KERN.
That was fun. I like that. That was a fun show. That's what summer shows are all about. You guys have a good one. See you tomorrow.